Another far too vivid memory is the one when we were in a terrible car accident. It happened one night when we were sophomores. My brother Mark, Tom, and I were riding in a car with Philip Jeminder. He was driving his parents' car. It was an Olds 98, which, thank goodness, was a huge car. We were driving late at night on a dirt road that none of us had ever been on before. The road was wet and muddy. It had been raining all day. We crested a hill, and there it was. As the road came to a T, directly in front of us was a huge walnut tree. Someone had stolen both the stop sign and the stop ahead sign, so we had no warning. We slid for a long way, but couldn't stop. We hit the walnut tree head on. The car was totaled. Philip was hurt the worst as his face slammed into the steering wheel. There were no airbags in those days, and it was not a law to wear seat belts, and none of us were wearing any. Tom and Mark were in the back seat. Mark's legs were cut and banged up pretty bad. Both Tom and I came through it with almost no injuries. We were all very, very lucky. But after we climbed out of the car, Tom had the line that has lived on to this day. And as a matter of fact, a week ago, I was having dinner with Philip, and he repeated Tom's line from only moments after the accident happened. Picture this now. The four of us were standing outside of this beautiful car that had just been totaled. It was late at night, and we were all standing in the mud. We were all sore, and Philip and Mark were bleeding. Tom looked around at the rest of us and said, "Geez, when I saw that walnut tree coming and we couldn't stop, I just saw my entire football career flash before my eyes." It was Tom's timely comments that helped us all get through the seriousness of what had just happened and got us all to laugh for a few minutes. And as is evidenced from my dinner with Philip last week, we still laugh about it today. There are many, many more stories that I could share with all of you today about Tom's life growing up here in Galeen. Everything from snowmobiling to his girlfriends, from his cars, which everyone in the neighborhood had to get out of the way of from time to time, to his dog and his horses. Let it be clear that Tom let no grass grow under his feet, and he loved every aspect of life, and he embraced it. And Tom dearly loved his family. He talked to me of how lucky he was to have the special mom and dad he had, and how they both worked very hard, and how proud of them he was. He loved them both very much. And whenever he talked of his beautiful sister Terry, he spoke of her with respect and pride, for she always has set a good and wholesome example for Tom to follow. He never wanted to disappoint any of his family and always wanted to make them proud of him. I'm pretty sure he got that job done. Friends, loved ones, and family, it is an honor and a privilege for me to pay tribute here today to a very special person, my friend, Tom Tincher. And so I close with this message for all of us to remember. It was during the last week of our senior year of high school. A group of us friends, including Ron Hine, Tom and I, and a few more, were talking about some of the things we intended on doing with each other after we graduated. One of our teachers, Dave Truan, heard us talking, and he told us something that none of us took very seriously at the time, but we all should have. He told us that after we graduated from high school, in just a few days, we would be lucky if we stayed in touch with 4 of the friends we made during the school years. We all looked at him like he was crazy. Heck, we were buddies. We were friends. We grew up together. We were part of each other's lives. And we were the olive branch bunch. Unfortunately, he was right. As with all of us, after we graduate high school, life gets in the way of the friendships and the closeness we had. Tom and I touched base on occasion over the last 36 plus years, but it was never the same. As with all of us, we had families, jobs, bills to pay, and much more to deal with. So, just as I told Philip at dinner the other night, if you intend on getting in touch with another old friend, family member, or anyone who you haven't seen in a long time, don't put it off. Tomorrow may never come. Tommy, it is very hard to say goodbye, so I'll just say so long. The pages of my memories of you will never be closed. I will also remember you through the many people still left behind, whose lives you touch so positively. You may not realize it, but you leave an amazing legacy behind. Your beautiful, handsome, and brilliant children, they are your legacy. Through them, you leave this world a better place than when you found it. And for that, you have to be looking down and be very, very proud. My friend, I will miss you, but I will always remember the warmth of your smile. And I will remember you with respect, admiration, and love, always, always. And finally, my friend, I know you're listening. So in the words of the great Zig Ziglar, I look forward to the day when I see you again at the top. Thank you.